everyone, welcome back to the Loopy Studio, and today I'm here to talk about the finale of Hope Valley 1874. Not the series finale, though. We are getting a season 2. They announced that on Wednesday, the day before the finale came out, which is great news. I mean, considering it ended on a cliffhanger, we kind of had to have a season 2. And this show has done really well from everything I've seen. There's a lot of praise and love behind it, so I think they did good with this show. I'm not gonna lie. The first couple of episodes I was like, but by episode 4 I was hooked. It's been a very good prequel show. When Hope Calls I thought was really solid. I've yet to watch season 3. I'm waiting on that. But this show has been really good as well. It has a great cast, great storylines, great acting, great writing. They've done really good stuff with this show, so I'm very impressed with it overall. But yeah, we're at the finale already, and it was a good finale. A lot happened in it, and I'm really looking forward to season 2. But let's kind of just jump into it. So we start off, Rebecca and Sarah, they're decorating for this big opening of the boarding house, this like party. Tom put Sarah on his shoulder so she could hang the bunting. That was really sweet. Really sweet. They know what they're doing there. There was a lot of good Rebecca and Tom moments in this episode. They've done really well with their relationship. They have a great chemistry, great dynamic. That's easily one of my favorite parts of this show, is that dynamic. It's just refreshing. It's fun, but it's not boring either. Like it's nice where they started and where they're at now. So it's like an Elizabeth and Jack, but it's also different too, and that's what I like about it. But yeah, that scene where he helps Sarah was really sweet, and Hattie is starting to catch on to Rebecca and Tom. I mean, who couldn't? It's right there in front of them. Alexander can see too, so everyone can see it. It's going to take, for them to admit it themselves. And I mean, they do acknowledge that there's something between them this episode, which I do appreciate, because one thing I don't like about Hallmark is that they drag things out so much, where it takes forever for both parties to realize they're interested in the first place. And in this episode, we do get a bit of a realization between both of them that they like each other, but they can't get together right now. So although we didn't get a kiss, we did get a dance, and we got a good moment between them, which I'll talk about later. But I thought it was a cute moment when we saw Clayton, and he's nervous about dancing with Olivia, and Peggy offers to help him, to teach him how to dance. That was really sweet. I like Peggy and Nash. I hope they'll do more with them next season, because I think they have a good dynamic together, and I like their kids too. But I'll talk about the love triangle at the end. I'm saving some bigger stuff towards the end. I guess, let's see. Let's go ahead and talk about the scene in the woods with Rebecca and Tom. Go ahead and talk about that. So they have a bit of a moment. I mean, they kind of just look at each other longingly, and Rebecca tells him pretty much she's just not ready to let go of Jim, and that's completely understandable. She's upset because her ring was stolen. It's been under a year since she lost him. I mean, it's not been long at all. So it's not like Regretting You, where the mom or the whatever moves on 6 weeks after her husband dies, and it's not that easy, and that was a ridiculous example of grief and moving on. But this one, they're actually handling it with care. It's a very different type of thing. Hallmark would never pull something like that. That's just so weird. But I'm not getting into that right now. But yeah, it was really well done, because you can completely understand that Rebecca's not ready to move on. She just lost her husband, and Tom's very respectful and understanding of it. And and I think that my favorite thing about her is that he started off not respecting her and thinking she was kind of an idiot for starting this boarding house and a fool. And then he's going to learn to respect her as it's gone on. And now he respects her decision that she's just not ready yet. And I like that they had that moment. I like that they didn't drag that part of it out, and that now, hopefully, once we get this whole arrest thing sorted out next season, we can get some more development with them. But I think they've handled their relationship really well. They've built it really well. So I really like that. And let's see. So we have this whole thing with the gold being stolen, and that's like a conflict throughout this episode. And of course, we all think it's Mr. Maxwell. He showed up last episode. He's very suspicious. We don't trust him. And they kind of throw in like a plot twist that it's actually not him. And it's actually Jeremiah, who is Tom's old employee that left, we find out that he's having family issues, and he thought that was the only way to get money was to steal people's gold. And obviously that's wrong, but Tom can understand because he knows Jeremiah. He's worked for him. He understands him. So he just says, you have to come back and work for me, and you'll use whatever you make to give back to people for what you stole, which I think was a fair compromise. And it just shows how understanding Tom is, and he has such a big heart. So I think a lot of great Tom moments in this episode. He's come so far from when we first met him. But, I mean, having Jeremiah be the one to steal was a plot twist, because they were kind of teasing that maybe it was Archie who was stealing, aka Uncle Frank. And it's just so funny to me that his name's Archie in this. It just, out of all names, it has to be Archie. But he turns into Hattie a bunch of gold to make a lot of money, and they kind of throw in a red herring, and we think that, oh, is it him? Is he the one who's stealing? Of course, we're thinking this whole time it's Mr. Maxwell. It turns out it's neither of them. It's Jeremiah. So I thought they handled that really well. And, of course, it was nice to see Alexander and Tom working together to chase him down. And Tom coming up with a compromise for Jeremiah, too, was really nice. So another great Tom moment was when he admitted to the prospectors that I've been too hard on you guys. You guys are just trying to live like the rest of us. It was a great moment for him. Great episode for Tom. He's come so far. I really like him a lot. They've really written him very well. So Olivia is still on the fence about whether she's going to go to this art school or not. I mean, on one hand, she wants to go explore, but on the other hand, she's going to miss her mom. She's going to miss this comfortable life, and also I think the attachment to her dad too. I think she's grieving her dad, and by being with her mom, that has really helped her. And I think bonding with Sarah too, who has recently lost her dad, I think that's been really beneficial for her as well with her grieving. So she would have to leave all of that to go follow her passion or her dream. And Hattie is, of course, very supportive. She told him earlier this season that if there's ever an opportunity to do something more with your life, you take it. So she's very adamant that you need to go and pursue this. Obviously, she's going to miss her. I mean, that's her daughter. But, I mean, I feel like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm mixed because it feels like in every show they leave it off on a cliffhanger. Is this person going to go off to school or take this job opportunity? And they usually don't take it because they don't want to film at two different places or have a character be gone for a while. I really hope we don't lose Olivia because she brings such charisma and charm to the show. And she's beautiful too, the actress who plays her. And we have a love triangle, so they can't just quit on the love triangle. I mean, that's a big, a lot of people are talking about, are they Team Alexander or Team Clayton? And I'm not going to lie, for leading up to this, I always sense more of a spark between her and Alexander. And just because this is a Hallmark show in the same universe as When Calls the Heart, I just assumed it would be the Mountie that she would end up with. But there's been some good scenes with her and Clayton, too. And Clayton is kind of a hopeless romantic. And I think it would be more of the unlikely choice for her to go with Clayton, but it would also be kind of refreshing for her not to choose the Mountie. But I think this episode kind of solidified who she's going to choose because she dances with both Alexander and Clayton at the end of the episode, and she tells both of them about her art school. And I'm surprised she hadn't told either of them yet, but with Alexander, he's very much like, it's your choice. I'll respect you either way. You do what you need to do. With Clayton, he's like, no, you can't go, and pretty much says there's something about this place that you add to it, and if you leave, it won't be the same. So they handle that really differently. And with Clayton, I feel like he's been holding some stuff in for her. He's been holding his feelings for her, and he's more awkward about it. So he just couldn't keep it in anymore. He had to tell her not exactly how he felt, but I'm pretty sure at that moment she sensed how he felt. I mean, she can't be that oblivious, right? But I don't know. I mean, I understand why Clayton said that, but I think I liked how Alexander handled it better by saying it's her choice and you know what's right for you. Where Clayton, he was speaking from his heart, and he doesn't want her to leave because he wants to be with her, obviously. But it was a bit not manipulative. That's obviously not his intention, but I could tell she didn't like how he handled that. I think she was expecting more from him, and I think he didn't mean it that way, but I do think that might influence whatever decision she makes. Now, I have an idea that maybe she'll go off to art school. We could get a time jump. She comes back into town, and she has to make her decision. after this episode, I'm pretty certain that she's going to end up with Alexander. I think Clayton, just with that ending moment, I think that kind of rubbed Olivia the wrong way. I don't think she's going to go with him, which is a bummer, because I would have liked it to have been the opposite, maybe. I would have liked for maybe Alexander to have been the one to say, like, you mean too much to this community, and Clayton to be the one to completely go and support her. Because I thought that's what it would have been, sorry. But with Clayton, he's been pining after her, and again, he's a hopeless romantic, and oftentimes hopeless romantics, that's how they deal with things. They keep everything in, and then when something gets in their way, they go at it hard. I mean, it's just like when he asked, "Can I cut in?" when Alexander and Olivia were dancing. I mean, that's a bit rude. He should have waited until they were done dancing to do that, but he obviously wanted to spend time with her again. I get it. But yeah, I'm thinking at this point she's probably going to go with Alexander is my guess. And I'm mixed on whether she'll go to the school or not. I think probably, I mean, if she's going to choose Alexander, then I do think she'll go, because he was very adamant about, going, and about her going and everything. I think she probably will go, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes next season. So we find out that Archie, the reason why he got out that gold and turned it in was because he was buying the property that Leroy Tidwell is selling, and Tom was going to buy it, but Tom decides to pay to get Rebecca's ring back and give it to her, and so he can't buy the ranch, so Archie gets it from under him, so that's going to create some conflict next season. Their rivalry is definitely going to continue next season. And it's a sweet moment, and he very much cares about Rebecca. He's probably a little bit heartbroken, but he very much cares about her. He likes her a lot. I mean, that's not like a simple act, is going to get her, like someone, like a friend's ring back. He clearly cares about her. That's very obvious. And she very much likes it and is happy with him and very appreciative of it. And she asks him to dance. She makes that first move. And it was a really sweet moment. They were dancing. Everyone was happy. And then when another Mountie comes in and arrests Rebecca for claiming she's a thief. Now, my guess is after Jim died, his parents probably tried to get custody of Sarah, because I guess they didn't like Rebecca. And my guess is Rebecca took Sarah on the run with her. And yeah, so that's my guess as to probably what happened. So Rebecca might not have custody of Sarah, and therefore she would have kidnapped her daughter, which sounds weird because that is the person she gave birth to. It's kind of like in Reminders to Him, not to bring up another Colleen Hoover movie, but this girl, the main character, didn't have rights to see her own daughter, even though she birthed her. And it always rubs me the wrong way is when the person who birthed that baby doesn't get to spend any time with it, and I don't know. I mean, I understand the circumstances and everything. It's a challenging situation. It seemed in both shows or movies, whatever, but it seems kind of that same thing where it's like unfortunate, but it probably what Rebecca did, they'll probably sum it up that maybe, I don't know, maybe it wasn't official that she was in the parents' custody, and that's why she was able to take her, but now she technically is, which means she's a thief. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a very interesting conflict for sure. I'm very curious. I like that they make Rebecca a flawed character, because at first she very much seemed like an always right character. She could do no wrong, which I do think Haley from One Tree Hill kind of presented those vibes, and maybe I'm just seeing that through the actress. That's kind of beside the point. But she definitely developed over time, and we got to understand more about her and see her flaws and everything. So I like her a lot. I like every single character, honestly. Like every single main character I like in their own way. So I'm really looking forward to season 2, and that's slated to come out in 2027. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, so comment down below, what did you think of the finale? And for this show, I guess I'll be back next year to talk about it, but stay tuned for future videos coming soon on the channel. So thanks everyone for listening, and bye everyone.